When I first moved to Akron, Ohio and decided to start my own practice, I thought I was going to be open for everybody. Everybody was going to love this and was going to flock to me, and this was going to be great. And then I very quickly realized that that is not the case. And it's not because direct primary care is not a useful or beneficial way of practicing medicine. It's because it's not a good fit for everybody, right? So I'm going to talk about how do you know if you're a good fit for Monarch Ideal Care. I'm Dr. Leslie McElrath. I'm a board certified family physician. I'm in Akron, Ohio. And I said, if you're a good fit for Monarch Ideal Care, not a good fit for direct primary care. Because if you've seen one direct primary care practice, you've seen one direct primary care practice, because we all do things a little bit differently. So in my practice, I utilize technology a lot. The thing that I say to people is, it is me and you taking care of you. There's no front desk person. There's no whole system behind us pushing you to do certain things. You have to have initiative, right? And so how do you know if Monarch is a good fit for you, or potentially a good fit for you? The first thing is you have to be minimally tech savvy. Okay, because I utilize technology a lot, people that are very tech savvy love it. People that are introverts love it because they don't have to talk to anybody to get stuff done. You can text message me, you schedule your own appointments. It's lovely, but you have to have access to a smartphone or to a computer to be able to do that, because I don't have a front desk person that's answering phone calls and negotiating with you about the time that works. You're literally having access to my full calendar and seeing, oh, this date and this time works for my schedule, works for Dr. McElrath's schedule. I'm gonna put myself there. And then I get a notification saying, hey, somebody wants to see you Tuesday at 3 p.m. Lovely, right? So that's the first thing, is you have to be moderately tech savvy. If you're not able to do it yourself, or you don't have somebody that's able to do it for you, this isn't going to work out, because I physically don't have the means to take the phone calls, to schedule things, because once you're on the phone with me, you want to talk to me, right? All right. So the second thing is, do you have the initiative to take care of your own health? So I've worked in pretty much every iteration of a family medicine practice that exists, I believe, except for FQHCs, but they still run the way most other doctor's offices do. But I've worked in pretty much everything. And one of the things that I noticed is that a lot of those places, the system acts as your personal secretary. They're calling you, reminding you about appointments, which is fine, but we have technology for that. But they're calling you, remind you, hey, you need your physical. Hey, you need your mammogram. Hey, you need your pap smear. Hey, you need to get your labs done. Hey, I can't do that. It's literally just me. And with the number of patients that I have on my roster, I can't remember that for you. You have to have enough initiative to say, hey, I don't think I've had a physical in a while. Let me schedule a physical and see what's going on with my body. Hey, I just want to check in with Dr. Leslie and see what's going on with things. You have to have that within you. If you don't, there are tons of doctor's offices out there in the world that will act as your secretary. But sadly, my people don't pay me enough to be their personal secretary. I wish they did. No, actually, I don't. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so that's the second thing. Do you have the initiative to reach out when you need something and to not wait until the last minute for things? Okay. The third one is, do you have the budget for it? Okay. So the reason that insurance companies, I think, get away with being the way they are is because it's a pre-tax, before you see your money expense. If you work a regular job and you have traditional insurance, you don't have to think about paying for your premiums. It's coming out of your check before you even see it, right? And so it's kind of an out of sight, out of mind. And that's why they can continue to change rules, and the rules get suckier and the price goes up, but the services go down and nobody says anything, because it's before you ever see your money. And so then you're just budgeting with what you have left. With direct primary care, you're having to budget. You're having to decide that this is where I want to spend my healthcare dollars. Whether it be an HSA, an FSA, or just straight cash out of your account, you're having to make that decision and say that this is how I want to spend them. And so if you're not able to budget it, it's not going to work for you, okay? So that's the third thing. And then the fourth thing, we're going to stop at 4 because I'm just don't want to make this too long. But the fourth thing is, do we get along? Do you trust me? So I get lots of people, I'm going to call them tire kickers, that are excited to see a Black doctor in the area. And so they want to see if I will work with them because we look similar. But then our values aren't the same. And so then they don't stick. Or they sign up because they think, oh, this is novel, this is great. But then how I take care of you and the recommendations that I make and the way I practice medicine isn't actually in line with what your desires are. And that's perfectly fine. That's why there are tons of doctors. Just like there are tons of teachers for the different ways that people learn, there are tons of doctors for the different ways that people want to take care of themselves. My focus is on prevention and wellness, talking to you about lifestyle changes, supplementation, things of that sort. We've got the pharmaceuticals when we need them, but I'm not always going to run to that. And if that's not your way of practicing health, then I might not be a good fit for you. I've also met people where they want their doctor to just tell them what to do. Just tell me what to do. And I'm very much I want you to experience life and I want you to make informed decisions. So I have to teach you how to make informed decisions about your health, because eventually you're going to move away. I'm going to move away. I'm going to pass away. Something's going to happen where you have to know, at what point do I need to reach out to a doctor and at what point can I take care of this myself? I want to teach you that skill, but that's not always in line with how people want to be taken care of. And that's fine. That's fine. But then that means that I'm not the doctor for you. Okay? And so if I am in line, if you are like, yeah, I can budget. Yeah, I love technology and not having to talk to people. Yeah, I know that learning how to take care of myself and listen to my own body is completely in line with what I want to do. I can budget it. I can do all of those things. Dr. Leslie, sign me up. We still got to meet. Because I have to make sure that it works on both ends, because not all money is good money, and not everybody's money is green enough to deal with the stress that they bring into my life. It's not worth it. So I've learned that through the over 5 years that I've been running this practice. I have learned that if we do not vibe well, we're not going to get along, and that's okay, but I have to make sure of that. And so if you are in the Akron, Fairlawn area, if those 4 things, you're like, I can do that. I can utilize technology. I have the gumption to get up and say I need to be seen, and I will get it done. I can budget this, and I think that we're going to vibe because you are a real doctor. You're a real person, and I love it. Come check me out, right? Does not hurt to check me out. Does not hurt to go onto my website and learn about the services that I provide. But I want you to know that there are options out there. That's the one thing about me existing, is that I want to teach you about the options. That's why I'm doing this, to teach you that there are things out there. If you're not in the Akron, Fairlawn area, but you're looking for a doctor similar to me, look for a direct primary care doctor. DPCfrontier.com is a great resource to find out about the direct primary care doctors in your area, and then start interviewing them. Start reaching out to them. See if you can find somebody that resonates with your style of taking care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, we only have this one life. Why not live it to the best of our ability? Peace.